So I've got this double pole, double throw switch here that I use for testing linear actuators and motors and diodes and things like that. And in this case, you can see I've got the two common terminals here. They're going right into the power supply. And this switch is normally off in the center, so you can flip it one way to engage one set of contacts, go back to off, or the other way. And this is handy when you want to forward and reverse drive a linear actuator or a motor or do some testing. And it's also useful when you're doing some diode testing. So instead of having to reverse the leads once you've clamped them on, you can just actuate the switch here. And the way the switch works here, looking at it from the side, say if I were to flip it down to this way, if you just follow this toggle, it's pointing down at these two terminals. So these terminals here are connected. This one, so in this case, black to black and red to red. And so if I flip it back to neutral, that means nothing's connected. Then if I flip it to this direction, now these terminals are connected. And all of a sudden now black is connected to red and red is connected to black. So that reverses the voltage that's being applied on this end of the cable here. I'll show you, I can put it on, I'll clamp these onto this motor here. And right now nothing's going to happen because the switch is neutral. And I've got a piece of tape on the axle here so you can actually see it spin around, because otherwise it's through a gear drive and it's really slow on this side. So I'll show you, I can flip the switch. And I'll turn the voltage down so it's going a little slower. And I can go back to neutral and go in the other direction. So it's really handy for linear actuators or gear drive motors, things like that, where you want to control a position of something. You can easily do it with a switch. And it's important to get one that's got the center off position. Otherwise, it's going to just go in that direction until it hits an internal limit switch. Some cases, those are built into linear actuators. In some cases, they're not. So here's one here. This is a linear actuator that has built-in switches. And I'll show you, I can hook the motor up to that, or my system up to that. And I have to zoom back because it's kind of a long device here. Let me get that out of the way. Actually, I'm about as zoomed back as I can get. Maybe you can see it there. It's going to move when I... So now I can drive this linear actuator. It's going very slow because I'm not driving it with much voltage. But you can see it moving in and out there. And there again, it's off in the center, and I can go in one direction or the other. And again, it's a double pole, double throw, center off switch. So I've got another switch here. This is also a double pole, double throw switch, but it's not a center off. This one's momentary in either direction. So in this switch, you have to hold it the whole time when you're moving it, and when you let off, it's center off. So it would go. This one might be handy also but it requires you to be present the whole time. This one here, you can just walk away and it'll go till it stops. This has an internal limit that shuts off when it gets to the end. Same as that. This one here, you would have to actually lean on the switch the entire time, which it has its applications. Depends on what you're trying to do. I like this switch because I can also put it on my voltmeter and reverse the leads of the voltmeter for testing diodes and semiconductors without actually unplugging or unclamping and flipping things around. Makes it very fast. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video.